And as debt levels continue to rise, it's becoming increasingly important to understand how to proactively manage it so that you can become financially free. But at the end of the day, either you control your finances or they will control you. Welcome to Generation Wealth. I'm Candy Valentino, and I've been building businesses and generating wealth before I could legally order a drink. For more than 2 decades, I've built, scaled, acquired, and exited businesses, all while investing in real estate and building financial freedom. Now I want to help you expand your wealth and give you the proven roadmap to implement today. It doesn't matter if you're a part of Generation X, Generation Y, or Gen Z. It is time to join Generation Wealth. Now let's get started. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Generation Wealth. Today, we are going to be talking about one of the biggest financial challenges that most Americans, millions of Americans, are currently facing. I talked about this in the book, Wealth Habits. I did a whole chapter on it, and I think it's really important to understand that if you're struggling with debt, you're not alone. Our society literally perpetuates marketing to you in order for you to use the flashy credit card, in order to put something on credit, in order to get the bigger house, the bigger car, all of the things that you want and desire. They're playing to that ego. And so debt is something that's here for so many, millions of Americans. And it's really more than a financial burden. It can actually be an emotional one that's anxiety-inducing, stress-inducing. Because the stress of paying off bills or not being able to make your rent payment really takes its toll on your mental well-being. But having debt doesn't mean you're a failure. It doesn't even mean that you're stupid or that you should be embarrassed or any of those things. It means that you were part of a system that we never learned or were educated about. We were taught so much history and science and math in school, but nobody told us what to stay away from, how to make more money, how to pay less taxes, and why we should not take on debt. In 2023, consumer debt in the United States is expected to exceed $14 trillion, a staggering number that has increased over 30% since 2020. And as debt levels continue to rise, it's becoming increasingly important to understand how to proactively manage it so that you can become financially free. Because here's the deal, you will never out-invest bad debt. So if you have all of this debt hanging over your head, it's like trying to climb a mountain and have a big bag of rocks that you're trying to climb with you. You're never going to be able to build true financial wealth while you have bad debt. So I want to cover just 7 quick ways that you can get on the path to being financially free and to stop taking on all of this debt. Okay, number 1, everyone will tell you that you need a budget. Making sure that each dollar is like a soldier that goes out and has a purpose is really key. It's important to understand your finances, and by doing a budget, it really starts to help you identify, like, what are you spending money on and what money do you really have to allocate to certain expenses. This will help you maintain greater control and transparency on where your money's going and how you can make necessary cutbacks. So here's the thing. If you don't have a budget and you aren't allocating where all of your funds are going, it's really easy to overspend. Once you have wealth and you're making money, you actually typically don't have a budget. What we do then is we just decide what life we want to live and what we want to actually spend, and then we reverse engineer it to just make more money. But at the end of the day, either you control your finances or they will control you. And according to a study by the National Foundation for Credit Counseling, 65% of Americans don't have a budget. So it's not shocking that a huge portion of Americans are in debt. By creating a budget, it's really the first step to understanding your finances and really start eliminating debt so that you can pay that down and start investing in your future. Second, number 2, get creative in finding additional income sources. Now, here's the thing. Like I always say, business and personal finance, super easy. You either increase your income, reduce your expenses. That's it. The way you bridge the gap will allow you to pay down debt more quickly. So are there ways that you can get additional side jobs? A study by Bankrate found that nearly half of Americans earn extra income through a side hustle. So it's always worth exploring what you can do. What do you have experience in? What do you have knowledge in? What are you currently doing in your day job that you may be able to do on the side? That's a way to create additional income opportunities. Number 3, evaluate all and any forms of debt that you have. This could be a student loan that you took out 20 years ago that you're still paying on, credit cards, and always see if there's a different repayment option available to you. And also if there's a lower interest rate that may be available to you. Oftentimes we get a credit card 5-10 years ago, and maybe your credit wasn't as good, but you actually are paying a higher interest rate than you can be paying now. Sometimes it's just worth a call to that financial institution to see if there's anything else available to you so that you can lower that interest rate and start to pay off that debt faster. This one little shift can save you thousands of dollars. According to a study by NerdWallet, the average American household has a credit card debt balance of around $15,611. By understanding the different options that are available to you will help you pay down debt more quickly. Number 4, always set up automatic payments for both your monthly expenses and any debt or loan payments. This way, you're not taking on any additional late fees or interest charges, and you're going to be assured that they're taken care of to avoid any of those types of penalties. They really do add up. So make sure that this is automated. If you are not diligent enough to automate this and make sure that these are paid all the time, and you're still using credit cards, I want to tell you that you probably should be cutting up all your credit cards. Credit cards can be a good tool for those who are financially solid. But if you haven't built financial discipline and you're still using those credit cards to overspend, you want to get on the debit card system until you can have that discipline, right? Because you're going to always use it. Credit cards are great to have, again, if you are the person that are disciplined in your spending. And if you're not, go to debit. Number 5, look into balance transfer offers if possible and available to you. Obviously, you can lower the interest rate, like I said, but there may be balance transfer offers that you can combine or pay off other high interest rates. This could mean transferring an existing balance to a new account that has a lower interest rate. But sometimes, too, your current companies will offer you a lower interest rate option, or sometimes you'll even get offers that are at 0%. According to a survey by Magnify Money, the average savings from a balance transfer is $1,000. Just be cautious. Don't then use that credit card for something else. The goal is to be debt-free so that you can start investing more. So make sure if you do use that option that you then do not use that other credit card, cut it up, throw it away, whatever you need to do. Don't use this as a way to spend more. Use this as a way to reduce debt. Number 6, make sure that you're starting to build that fallback fund. You want to set aside a small amount. Even if it's only $20, $25, $50 a month, you want to make sure that you're consistently doing that. Again, wealth is a habit. It's building the muscle. Having a fallback fund saved will help ease any stressful financial situations just in case one pops up in your life, which we always know there are challenges that always come up. But according to a survey on Bankrate, only 41% of Americans have enough savings to cover even a $1,000 emergency. Imagine that. So by starting small and building up a fallback fund, you'll be better prepared for any emergency that may arise. And last but not least, remember that it is okay to ask for help. Like getting a financial pro, a specialist, talking to even a debt support group, which yes, they exist, can help provide guidance through this process. But here's the thing. Guilt, shame, the decisions that got you into debt, the things that you didn't know before are nothing to be embarrassed about. So many people struggle with this. And until you talk about it, until you look for solutions, until you make this a priority, it can seem really daunting. But I can guarantee you that starting to take actions today will truly transform your future, not just for you now, but for your family, for generations to come. This is a really important topic. I know that it's not a sexy or fun one, but doing this one thing, becoming debt-free, will drastically change your life, your finances, your net worth, and the amount of assets that you own. Okay, guys, thank you so much for tuning into this episode. Until next time, make sure you take a look, follow me on Instagram or TikTok at Candy Valentino, and we'll see you on the next show.